Hello, I'm Demer, and today I'm going to talk about the development of one of the most famous games ever, The Sims 4. Before I start, leave a like if you like this video, and if you like my channel, obviously feel free to subscribe it and leave a comment below of what you think about this. All of the content that is inside this video is from the site Sims VIP, which will be in the description below. Okay, so without further ado, let's start the video. Everybody knows that The Sims 4 was meant to be an online game named Project Olympus. The game had an extremely low budget, and it was EA's intention to make The Sims 3 a service game and The Sims 4 an online experience of The Sims 3. The Sims Online was only supposed to have young adults and be a completely closed world system, being The Sims 3 the main game and The Sims 4 just to hang out with your friends. In 2010, EA had the intention to make their most famous franchise fully multiplayer experiences, and one of the victims was The Sims. In April 2010, The Sims 4 started to be developed, with a very small team that started to make art prototypes for the game. From the beginning, the art style is meant to be more stylized, with cartoony elements to it, with a low graphical budget, which is completely insane for a franchise on the level of success of The Sims. But it was supposed to be great for cross-platform and for the low system requirement online game that it's planned to be. 2 years later, a lot of the people that were working on The Sims 3 went to work in The Sims 4. A full working prototype of the game was being developed now, with many finished character models, furniture, and animation, stuff that we will see on the final game. The interface was adapted to have chat and messaging with other players, so you could talk with other players that were playing with you on the online mode of the game. At this stage, the Sims themselves are not customizable. Prototype models built from the ground up in various styles were created, so you couldn't even customize your sim. It was really surprising because we came from a game like The Sims 3 where you could customize the roots of your hair, the eyelashes, every bit of skin color, hair color, makeup color, clothing color, object color, and now we are stuck in a pre-made sim that we can't even customize. It was a complete step back just to add multiplayer features cross-platform that weren't even asked by the fans. From late 2012 and early 2013, prototypes for Create a Sim, the main menu, and build mode begin. We have here a video that shows a concept for the interface, and you can see that it has a very weird looking, but I don't think it's bad. I actually think it's nice, and it was nicer than the version that came out in 2014 when the official Sims 4 was released. This was the look of the Sims, very similar to the final version, and these are the loading screens and the worlds. I really do think that these maps are better than the ones that we have today. They are bigger and they are more colorful and show more of the world than the ones that we have today. Now going to Create a Sim, you can see that is a very bland looking, but as we know, it is during development, so we know that it wouldn't be looking like the one we have today. Here we have the person going to the world. This is how you bought the home, the hairs and everything that the Sims are wearing came to the final game of The Sims 4. In 2013, everything was right, until SimCity released. EA's mind of a Sims multiplayer game completely changed. Many of you know what happened to SimCity, but if you don't know, I'm going to explain. SimCity released with a fully multiplayer mode, but the servers couldn't handle the number of people that wanted to play the game, so the game completely crashed. No one could play the game at the day that it were released. Everybody was furious because they paid for a game and couldn't play it, so they had to wait months so EA would make a single player version of SimCity. After that, Paradox released City Skylines, which took over SimCity, and it was a complete disaster for this EA franchise. After that, EA decided to change The Sims 4 from a multiplayer game to a single player experience, so all the branding that was already in the game was completely cancelled. You can see that they already made posters, and the branding for the game was a blue plumb bob that was supposed to simulate the multiplayer version of the game. The game art style was supposed to be looking very similar to the one that we have today, but still a little bit cheaper. Now we have this promotional video that shows a promotion for The Sims Olympus, and you can see that we have already this multiplayer and single player elements, and you can see that the graphics look really cheap. It looks like a Sims 2 commercial. Now in May 2013, The Sims 4 is officially announced as an offline game with no screenshots, footage, or promotional material, save for a logo and pictures of Sims' eyes. This was no mistake. Almost all the promotional campaign had been throughout along with the online gameplay. Back then, this minimal marketing campaign was mysterious, but they had a very little of a game to show us since much of it was scrapped. This time, it also leaked the information that The Sims 4 or The Sims Olympus was supposed to be released on March 2014. This was not The Sims 4 official release date, but we speculate that it was the original Sims Olympus release date. All we had was this poster with the Sims eyes, and you can see that already looks like The Sims 4 branding and is not that different from that what we have today. At some point of 2013, The Sims 4 changed its game engine. Since the game is now a single player, the team has more freedom to give the players high quality graphics and the graphics that we know today. This information was given by the Sims 4 art director, Chin Chen, before his website was taken down. There were also pitches to make the art style more photorealistic around this time. We have here a before and after of the concepts, but I think that the Sims 4 looks more like the before, because the Sims don't have this realistic hair and shadows. Although the after is way more beautiful, I think that the Sims 4 looks a lot like the before. After the disaster of the SimCity, the Sims 4 released, missing lots of key features like babies, cars, open worlds, creatable tour. So the Sims team had to say something to the fans, and they made a lot of excuses. They said that core features took much time because of emotions. They said that low quality screenshots from the game were from other games and not from The Sims 4 and other things. But the truth is, The Sims 4 is a very badly set up base game with clear design plans to support tons of content that have been added over the years. But this is not the whole story. It's incredibly clear that no matter how EA may deny it, that much of the Sims 4 development time was spent on making online features. In fact, just before the official launch of the Sims 4 website in August 2013, a different version of the website leaked with online content and promotional material still featured. You can see below the posters for the Sims 4 online version. And you can see here a picture of the Sims Olympus. And you can see that we have mail, chat, and a friends list, so the game was online. And you can see that this looks a lot like the Sims 4. The style of the UI, like the pause menu, the emotions, the actions. Despite some things being different, many of them are the same till today. During the development of Sims 4, one of the studios that were working on the game was completely shut down after SimCity. There was two studios that were working on Sims 3, and they were EA Salt Lakes and EA Redwood Shores. Both of them made expansion packs and things to update the game, so the game received massive expansion packs and updates. But with the disaster of SimCity, one of the studios was completely shut down, and The Sims 4 only has one studio working on it to this day, which is pretty shocking considering the amount of sales that the game has and how poorly quality control it is. EA Salt Lake began restructuring in January 2014, and most of his employees were laid off completely, leaving Sims 4 with only one studio post-release. And that's why features like curved walls, skin tones, and another air colors took so long to implement to the game, because there's only one studio and a really short amount of people working on the game. A game that deserved a lot of people working on it to be a very good game. Sims 3 had loads of people working on it. That's why it was massive, and it was a really historical game, and I hope Sims 5 has a lot of employees, especially to quality control, because the last Sims 4 expansion packs have had a very short amount of people in the quality control of the pack. That is the story of the Sims 4 development. It was quite rough, and looking back, Sims team really made magic to this game happen, and I'm really proud of them. But I won't lie that the Sims 4 lacks a lot, but this shows why it lacks a lot, because there's an excuse for it. I hope you liked the video. If you like, feel free to subscribe, leave a like, and comment what you think. You can comment themes for next videos of this channel, and I hope you really liked this video. I'll be back soon, and goodbye.